Hey there, Windowers. Thank you so much for your patience. I've had so many technical problems. I'm just checking in really quickly just to make sure. And can you just give me a quick message in the chat, please? Are the levels all okay? Is the background music okay? Is it too loud, too quiet? Can you hear me clearly? And I will be back very shortly. Hey there, Windowers, and welcome to another episode of Windows on Windows and to the second live stream. Thank you so much for bearing with me. I've had a few technical glitches along the way. So before we get to today's big news, I just want to say thank you again for your patience. Thank you so much, because I'm literally almost an hour late with my live stream. Everything was going too well, like too smoothly. Clearly. So yeah, I literally left my computer for about 5 minutes and then everything went wrong when I got back. So yeah, not a great start. So essentially, today we've had this big news. I'm sure you're all aware of it already. It's been all over Twitter and other places online. So we have a genuine build of Windows 11 that has leaked, and with that we have got some much wanted information about this new version of Windows. So we can now definitely confirm the name. It will be called Windows 11. We can see it in this build. It is named Windows 11. We know that we're getting the Windows 10X UI, or at least parts of the UI, and lots of other things. It's very exciting. So this is build, I actually can't remember now I've said that, this is build 21996, and we're hopefully going to have a look. Now, like I said, I had this installed in a virtual machine earlier, had it all set up and it was ready to go. Now that I've managed to finally hopefully solve the technical problems, I am just waiting for it to come back to the desktop. So it's currently doing a scan disk, or it's actually just finished doing a scan disk. You know, good old Windows. So I'll show you currently where I am with this. So let's just switch to the virtual machine, and do let me know, by the way, if you're seeing this picture clearly. And I'm really hoping at the moment that it has not crashed on loading the desktop. That would really not help. So worst case scenario, I do have lots of snapshots saved of this virtual machine at various stages. So if something does go horribly wrong, we can go back to a snapshot. So yeah, as you can see, I am currently just waiting and hoping that it hasn't crashed. So in the meantime, I'm just going to have a quick look in the chat. Let's see what everyone's talking about. Let me just get my iPad here. So let's have a look. Yes, so SG Vagon, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. Yes, the dots are stuck. Although actually, now that I've said that, it appears that we have progress. The dots have disappeared. Is that a good sign or not? I am not sure. Now, one thing I was going to mention about this build is the performance is really bad. And I mean really bad. Now, I don't know if that's just me and the way I'm virtualizing it. I'm using VMware. And I've given it, you know, like 3 cores of the processor. I've given it 32 gigabytes of RAM, and the performance is bad. It is bad. So let's find out. I mean, I'm sure, like me, you can't stand the anticipation of wondering whether we will ever see Windows 11 boot up, but hopefully we will. DisneyFan95 says, is Windows Media Player still there? I actually don't know. I assume it would be there, but I've not checked that. I did have a little look earlier at various things. I've obviously not managed to check everything, and I'm sure lots of other people have already discovered lots of interesting things that I've not had a chance to see. I think I'm actually going to restart this machine. Let's just give it another go, because we're not really getting anywhere with this, are we? Let's just try that again. I'm just going to come back to my little Windows 11 graphic for a minute. Just bear with me. Ah, look, it's obviously conspiring against me, because now that I've done that, I've got a login screen. So clearly, it's Yeah, let's go back to it. Okay, we're at the login screen. It's incredibly slow, as you can see, so it's really not good. But in the meantime, yeah, we'll just keep stalling a little bit. It does seem to be speeding up slightly, very slightly. Yeah, so developer Luke says virtualization is the reason performance is bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not the ideal way to look at these things, is it? It's just all I really had to hand this evening. Sky says VMware was decent for you. Yeah, I mean, usually I find VMware is, you know, really stable. It performs really well usually. For the Windows 98 builds I've been looking at, it's been perfect. I've not had any major problems. Flamepoint says it's about as good performance-wise as Windows 10 on real hardware. Yeah, so I mean, Windows 10, it depends, doesn't it? I mean, when I was running Windows 10, so this was about maybe 2 years ago, I was using a mechanical hard drive, and Windows 10 on a mechanical hard drive is really not good. Like, really not good. It's almost actually like what you're seeing now. It is literally almost this bad. Waiting for it to log in, it was, you know, it was a struggle. New Wee Acosta Rebooted says, that is quite a long name. How was your day, dude? And if you're talking to me, thank you for asking. My day has been fine until... So, when we got the Windows 11 announcement, brilliant, great day. When I tried actually virtualizing it, as you can see, not so great. And I'm really hoping that it's going to pick up. I don't know why it's being this slow. It's not good, is it? It's really not good. What I found earlier is that when everything had loaded, so when the desktop had finished loading, it did actually get a lot better, and it did, you know, become almost usable. So I'm hoping that the same thing's going to happen here. It just seems to take an incredibly long time to actually get to this point. However, there are some things here that we can talk about. So as you can see, we have a new desktop wallpaper, and actually there are a selection of new themes present in Windows 11. I think there's about 4 or 5 new themes. I'm sure someone in the chat can give you a bit more detail, and obviously we will have a look, providing that everything goes well. We will have a look, hopefully. So yeah, we've got a new default wallpaper. This time we don't have a Windows logo, which is, I guess it's kind of interesting. Sometimes we do get a Windows logo, sometimes we don't get one. Windows 7 we had a logo, Windows 8 we didn't, Windows 10 we did, and Windows 11 we didn't. So I guess there may be a pattern there. And I think I said this in the last stream, by the way, if I go quiet, it's just because I'm reading the chat, so just bear with me. I cannot multitask. So Noir Animates said, is this a genuine build? Yes, this is a confirmed build of Windows 11. With the information that I have, I'm told by reliable sources that this is very close to the RTM build. That is to say, very close to the final build. So about 4 builds before the final build. So yeah, just in case you're wondering, the stream hasn't frozen. I'm just leaving it on the desktop for a minute, just like I said, because I find that it usually makes it perform a little bit better if I just give it a time to catch up with itself. In the meantime, do let me know, I think I've probably said this a few times, let me know if the audio is all okay, if the picture's okay, or if I need to change anything. Yeah, Dominic says the wallpapers are beautiful. They're really nice wallpapers, actually. They are. Okay, so Sexy Guy says, why is the start menu in the middle of the screen? So this is one of the big changes actually in Windows 11. Microsoft have brought over some of the user interface changes that they had planned for a version of Windows 10 called Windows 10X. And actually, since we're talking about this, let's actually open the start menu and you can get an idea of what the performance is like. See, it's a little bit better now. It's not as laggy as it was before. So yeah, this is the start menu. Now this interface, or something that's very close to this interface, has been ported over from this version of Windows 10 called Windows 10X that I was just talking about. So Windows 10X is now cancelled. However, Microsoft, up until very recently, had been working on this, and it was basically meant to be for lower end devices, so cheap laptops and stuff, and it was meant to be a more lightweight version of Windows that didn't have all of the bloat. So in modern Windows, I mean, if you think about even just the size of the ISO file, it's like 4 gigabytes. There's so much bloat in Windows, and most of the stuff in Windows people don't actually need. Like on an everyday basis, most people don't need. People don't need phone dialer and lots of other stuff. So it was a very slimmed down version of Windows. Basically, you just had the basics. Luigi says, is this the first major desktop update since Windows 95? It would probably depend on who you ask, I think, wouldn't it? I would say no, because I think Windows 8 brought quite a big desktop update with removing the start button, but I don't know, is removing something an update? Or was it a downgrade? I'm not sure. Right, now that I've kind of relaxed a little bit after my technical problems, I'm just going to pour myself a cup of tea. So just bear with me, but I am very British, so I'm just going to have hot tea with milk. And I don't know, I think Americans call it hot tea, but in Britain we just call it tea, so it's just tea for us. Iced tea is the weird one. We usually have hot tea, so that is just tea. Yeah, so Jonathan says, I still prefer the live tiles start menu. I do as well, actually. I kind of, the first thing that I kind of thought about this start menu is I don't really like it because it looks very empty, doesn't it? And I mean, that's not a bad thing, because, up to before Windows 8, we did have static start menus. But now that I'm used to having live tiles, it seems a little bit empty. Like there's nothing going on, nothing's moving, it's just kind of there, isn't it? But I guess in terms of usability, that's a good thing, really, isn't it? Because you don't have any distractions, you can just focus on what you want to get done. Okay, so let's have an actual look around this build and let's do an exploration. Now, I'm hoping the performance is going to be well enough for you to actually see these features that I'm hopefully going to show you. So yeah, you can see, so this is the desktop, and we have a new taskbar. Now it's slightly taller than the previous taskbar, and the most obvious change is that all of the icons are now centered. So that includes the start button. So this now is centered along with all your other app icons. So if we go into the start menu, and I have not done this, I've not tested any of this previously, so this is actually going to be very, very similar to some of the first videos. In fact, the first 10 or so videos on my channel, this is what I did. So when I did the XP series, I literally just installed the builds. I had no information about what to expect feature wise. I just installed them and I just saw what I saw. And that's hopefully what I'm going to do here. And the start menu is not opening. That is not a good sign, is it? So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this. I have encountered a few bugs as well, so things not opening, like the start menu not opening. For some reason, when I first set this up, the out-of-box experience went it went through it, got to the end, and then at the point where I should have gone to the desktop, it went back to the beginning of the out-of-box experience, and I had to do the whole thing all over again. So that was a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know why this is not opening. Let's try something else, shall we? Oh no, Windows 11, what are you doing? Not a lot. No, File Explorer's working. Why is Start not opening? So here we go, guys. Here's your first documented bug. The Start menu is not opening. Now, you may think that you could click on the right-click on the taskbar and go to Task Manager, but you can't do that in Windows 11. As you can see, we only have one option if we right-click on the taskbar for Taskbar Settings. And if you click this, it takes you to the Taskbar Settings in the Settings app. So actually, maybe let's come back to the start menu. Let's just go down a different route for a minute. We'll give it a chance to catch up with itself. Yeah, so the settings app, as you can see in this build of Windows 11, this just looks like the Windows 10 settings app. Now, there were some leaked screenshots of an apparent new settings app that was coming in Windows 11 as part of the Sun Valley update. This does not appear to be in this build. If it is in this build, it could be a locked feature. So I don't know whether you're aware of this, but in the past, Microsoft have sometimes locked features, by which I mean you cannot access the features in the build unless you have some sort of pass effectively. Like you need to have a certain file, or you need, you know, some sort of awareness of how to unlock the features to get them. So in Windows 7 and Windows 8 development builds, that happened quite a few times, I think. And you can download some programs called Red Pill and Blue Pill unlockers to unlock some of those hidden features. So I have no idea if this is true. This is just me speculating, and I'm probably talking way too much about this. But yeah, there could be things in this build that we don't know about that could just be hidden from us. I'm not sure. So anyway, this is obviously the Windows 10 settings app. Now there are a few changes. So in the taskbar settings here, you'll notice that we have an option for taskbar alignment. So here is where you can choose whether you want the new style taskbar with everything centered, or if you want the old style taskbar with everything on the left. So now you can see this looks a lot more like Windows 10 and previous versions of Windows. And I actually prefer this, I think. Let me know what you think. What do we think? Start button on the left or in the center? I'm all for left, personally. I just think it makes more sense, doesn't it? Because if you just ram your mouse down into this corner, you can just ram it down here and click. Whereas if it's hovering somewhere in the middle, depending on how many apps you've got open and stuff, it could be at various different places, couldn't it? So it wouldn't be as easy to click. That's my theory anyway. Mr. Gabe says it looks like a mix of 10x and 10. Yeah, exactly, it does. And I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing, really. Is that a good or bad thing? I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. Yeah, definitely. Look, it's overwhelming. Everyone's saying left. Yeah. Start menu on the left. Left is best. Yeah, I agree. So I agree, left is best. However, I will put it back into the middle just for the purposes of showing the new default UI. So yeah, so we've got a few other options here. We've got show widgets button, which you can turn on or off. Show desktop button, which you can turn on or off. Automatically hide the taskbar in desktop mode. Show badges on taskbar buttons, and I mean not all of these are new. These are not new, and neither are these. So yeah, next to the start button, we have a search button, where you can obviously search your files. Now you can get to this same interface from the start menu, so fingers crossed guys. I'm going to try and open the start menu again. Let's see if it actually opens this time. No, it's not. It is not going to. Tell you what, let's just sign out and we'll sign back in, and that hopefully will fix it. So you can see these signing out screens and restart screens. These are just the Windows 10 screens. They're not new at all. We have a nice new lock screen wallpaper here. That's quite nice. This lock screen UI you can see is just the Windows 10 UI to the point where, you know, we don't have any rounded corners. This button is not rounded. So there are inconsistencies, to say the least. There are definitely things here that have not been changed since Windows 10. And like I was saying, I don't know if that is just something that they literally have not changed, or whether there are more changes, but we're not aware of them yet. And they may not, you know, we may not see them until the official announcement. Yes, Ryan, I can see your comment. True says, really like the rounded design. Yeah, I mean, it looks a lot more modern, doesn't it? It looks very similar now to macOS, I think. Doesn't it? It looks like macOS with the centered icons as well. It looks more like the dock in macOS. So yeah, it does look modern. Ah, there you go. Look, I fixed the start menu, guys. Thank me later. Yeah. Okay, so what was I saying about the start menu? Yeah, I was talking about search, wasn't I? Yeah, so you can get to search from the start menu just like you can in Windows 10. Now, there's no visible thing here showing that you can search from the start menu, but just like in Windows 10, if you click start and start typing, you can search. So you can see it just switches automatically to the search UI to the point where it also selects it in the taskbar. So yeah, let's open an app. Why not? So this is Calculator. As you can see, it's just Windows 10 Calculator. The only difference is that we have the rounded corners on the windows. We still have the same open, not open, what we're talking about, minimize, maximize, and close buttons and so on. It's just the same app. So yeah, I'll minimize this. So check out these new animations, by the way. Did you see that? The animations are new. I really like that. That is new, right? That animation. I'm hoping that the frame rate of the video is not so bad that you can't see it, but that looks really nice to me. So yeah, check out the animation and also have a look at the actual icon in the taskbar as well. It does like a little jump when the window goes into the icon at the end of the animation. It like pops up a little bit. So look at this. See that little jump then? I quite like that. Now see, things like that, those are nice. That's nice attention to detail, isn't it? Having those animations and stuff. I quite like that. So, you know, there are definitely elements here that, to me, make it look like that Microsoft are trying. I know it seems a bit counterintuitive because we have things like the control panel that's still here, but having all these new little animations, it's not just like, you know, they've not just said we're just going to shove a new taskbar in this and just call it Windows 11. You know, they have actually put a lot of other stuff in. I don't know, by the way, and please someone tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't know this. I don't know if those animations were from 10X or not, or if they're new here. They may actually be from 10X, I'm not sure. Tracker says, can rounded corners be turned off? Yes. Now, this is a bit weird, because to get the rounded corners, you have to have, in VMware anyway, if you're virtualizing it, you have to have VMware tools. So it seems like the rounded corners are linked to hardware acceleration. So if you don't have a hardware acceleration, you get the square windows. So if you install this in VMware, like I did, for example, and don't install VMware tools, you just get square windows. So yeah, you can technically turn them off if you turn off hardware acceleration. Okay, Boy Pointer says, hover over the maximize button, there are new snap options. Ah, yes, I've seen these. Yes, let's talk about this. Yeah, now I quite like this, because I tell you what, this is a really good idea. It's actually exposing a really useful feature of Windows that has been in Windows for such a long time, but I would imagine that a lot of people don't know about this. So if you're not sure, I'm talking about window snapping. Now, this has been in Windows since Windows 7, I think, where you could drag a window to a side of the screen and let go and it snaps to that side. However, there's never really been any visual way to discover that feature unless by chance you were just holding your mouse button down doing this and, you know, prattling around, and then went like that and thought, oh, what's that big rectangle that's just appeared, and let it go, and then you might have realized that's what it does. But there were no visual cues that you could do that, but now there actually are. So if you hover over the maximize button, you get this little pop-up and it gives you options, and you can click where you want this window to go. And I think that's a great idea. I mean, that is that is maybe a decade late, but I'm so glad they've added that. So yeah, that is really useful. I love that. So you can see there's a few different options here. I don't know why I just chose the same one that I did a minute ago. Why not? But yeah, you can see there's lots of different options. In fact, let's do it with another app as well. So let's put this over there, and yeah, you can see that is very nice. Michael Mason says, tabs in File Explorer. No, apparently there are no tabs. And I actually don't think File Explorer is any different to in Windows 10, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm going to say this again, don't take all of this with a grain of salt, basically, because it's not the final build, and Microsoft have in the past locked features so that they cannot be easily discovered. So it could be that there are things that are deliberately not here, you know, to really make sure that they don't get leaked before the 24th of June. So just take it all with a pinch of salt. The Aesthetic Fur says, will this be a free upgrade from Windows 10? I would be 99.9% sure it will be a free upgrade. I think now that Microsoft have said that 7 and 8 users get a free upgrade to 10, I think it would look very bad on them to say you have to pay to upgrade to this. Tony says, what are the performance improvements? It's hard for me to say because I'm virtualizing the build, but just running it in VMware, the performance to me is about the same as Windows 10, to be honest. I think it seems about the same. So if you're virtualizing, it's not brilliant. Okay, so let's have a look at some more features. So I was talking about the taskbar. So the start menu, and you may have noticed this, it has a new icon. So this is the new logo that's being used in Windows 11. So we're now looking at the Windows logo instead of from like a side perspective. We're now looking at it straight on, and it looks basically now the same as the Microsoft logo. Right, it's just that it has rounded corners, whereas the Microsoft logo doesn't. And actually, since I'm talking about logos, let's go to Winver. Apologies, by the way, this is probably extremely disorganized and in no logical order, but I'm just really thinking of things as they come to my head. This is the problem I have when I record videos. I just think of things in completely random orders that probably doesn't make sense. So yeah, have a look at this. We've got a new logo, which is essentially the Microsoft logo, just blue. And actually, are there rounded corners on this version? It doesn't look like. Those look square to me. That's square, isn't it? But it's rounded down here. Am I right? I feel really old now because I actually can't see this properly. Yeah, those are definitely rounded, right? And this one is square, definitely. So yeah, we've got new logo. This font is new. Could someone please remind me what font this is, because I can't remember. It's not Sego UI, is it? It's like a new, I think there's like an updated version, but this is slightly different. It's more bold than it was before, I think, isn't it? And obviously we've got an 11 here. So it calls itself, this build, Microsoft Windows version dev build 21996.1. So yeah, sorry again, I'm going quiet because I'm looking at the chat. That is a good idea, Sky, actually. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Uncut episodes for Patreon subscribers. Uncut episodes, I mean, honestly, I could talk about Windows all day. So if anyone would just like a 24-hour live stream, I could do that. Well, I mean, it would be really difficult, wouldn't it, actually staying awake for 24 hours? But yeah, I'd love to try and do that. Talk about Windows for 24 hours. Can you imagine? Brilliant. Yeah, Yusuf says inconsistency. It is, isn't it? Yes. Now this is my main bugbear with Windows 11. If it ships like this, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the whole point of Windows 11 was to move away from the problems of Windows 10. One of the main ones was inconsistency that people were unhappy with, and I thought that that would be one of the things they would really be prioritizing to make sure that this was really consistent, you know, the user interface before they shipped this. But there are signs here. If we're to take this build on face value, like I said, if there are no hidden things that we're not aware of at the moment, if it's just going to be exactly as you see it here when it ships, there are lots of inconsistencies. You know, and I mean probably more than in Windows 10, because in addition to having the Windows 10 UI elements still here, which again I'll talk about in a minute, we now have Windows 11 UI elements, but those UI elements don't replace all of the old ones. So now we have another new layer of new UI. So yeah, it's you know, it's not great. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, so the new font is called Sego UI Variable. Thank you for that. I knew I read it somewhere, but I couldn't remember what it was. Okay, so let's come out of Windows. Notice this rounded button, by the way. So even the buttons are rounded in the Windows 11 UI elements, I should say. Okay, so then the next button is Task View, and this is basically your, you know, your app switcher, app and desktop switcher. So you can start a new desktop here, which I never used personally, but I know some people swear by it, and I believe it's also an app switcher. Let's actually check though, because I could be wrong. Yeah, of course it's an app switcher as well. So that's good. And then we have another icon here, which is widgets. So if you click this, this is essentially the news and info was recently brought to the Windows 10 taskbar. It's just been moved. And actually, earlier on in this build, I did sign into a Microsoft account so I could show this to you. But obviously, in the process of my technical problems, it's signed me out again. Let's actually see if I can do that. Let's do this quickly because I set up a new Microsoft account to show you this. This is a good excuse to look at the Microsoft account UI, since we all love our Microsoft accounts, I'm sure. And you can see here, this is just, you know, the same as Windows 10. I mean, that just a moment spinning circle, I can't stand that. Okay, so let's just sign into this. Ooh, now, was it hotmail.com or .co.uk? See, this is the problem you have in the UK. You never know, it could be one or the other. I'd imagine in America you don't have that problem. Okay, now, can I remember my burner password? That's the next question. Yeah, okay, well, I don't have a password, so. XL Orange Ninja says, does Alt Tab, Win Tab still work? Let's find out. Let's do it now. Yeah, this is Alt Tab. So this is very similar to that task view interface in the start menu. Why did start pop up then? That was weird. Oh, that was just me pressing the start button. Yeah, so look at that animation. That's new as well. That is nice. That is really nice. Oh yeah, look at the start button. Look at that little like flicker of light on it when it opens. Oh, I love that. That's really nice. I could do this all day. I'm gonna stop now. Yeah, I'll stop. Right, let's create a pin. And apologies again, I did all this earlier. It's just because everything went wrong, as it always does at crucial moments. Not helped by the fact that I'm running macOS and I installed the developer preview of macOS 12. That has not helped because that is also full of, well, not full of, but it has a few bugs. Yep, okay, right, so hopefully now I can show you this actual interface here now that I'm signed into a Microsoft account. And it's just going to do this one more time to check that I am actually myself and no one's hijacked my computer in that millisecond between signing in and opening this. Yep, so you can see this is news and interests from the taskbar. It's just here now instead. So, I mean, it's not a replacement for live tiles, but it's very similar, right? They're just not in the start menu anymore, and you have less or fewer options. So you've still got weather, money, and news, obviously. And at the moment, that appears to be the selection here. Now, you do have an option. You have the time, first of all, here, which is interesting because it's down here anyway. But you have an option menu here where you can go, basically, mainly, it's just to manage your interests. So if you go here, it'll open Edge, it will take you to your Microsoft account page, and you can just specify what things specifically you want, you know, in this news feed, which is essentially what it is. Windows Longhorn OS, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? All modern operating systems are converging in the way they look, aren't they? They're all going for rounded corners, simple light and dark modes, web apps. It's interesting. I wonder whether there'll be a time in the not too distant future where it actually won't matter what operating system you're running. Maybe everything will just be web apps. Yeah, it does. So yeah, I mean, there are lots of good things here. There are lots of things here that to me show, you know, there's hope for what they can accomplish with Windows in the future. It's just not quite, you know, finished at this point, which is, you know, that's kind of what Windows is all about these days, apparently. Not finishing anything, just doing everything 50% and then moving on to something else. Okay, so yeah, that was widgets. So then we've just got the, you know, standard pinned icons. So there's File Explorer, Edge, Store, and Settings. And I'm trying to right-click on these, but it does not appear that right-clicking is doing anything, although it should. Ah, yeah, there you go. I was going to say it should. Yeah, so let's just get rid of that. So yeah, if you right-click, then... Oh, what's going on here? See, look, bugs. Bugs everywhere. Bugs and performance issues. Yeah, so if you right click, yeah, thank you Windows 11. I was just going to say that you get the Windows 10 jump list, you know, same design, same options. So this is one of those examples of where the UI appears to have not been updated. Now I find this, again, taking this at face value, this is a bit disappointing to me because, you know, this is literally one click away from the desktop. I've just right clicked on an icon in the taskbar and I've already gone back 6 years to the Windows 10 design. So that to me is inexcusable. So I hope, like I said, I hope that that will be rectified in the final build. I'm just not sure at this point. So yeah, we've got Windows 10 UI here, right clicking on the icons. It's the same actually for, unfortunately, I'm sorry about this, it's the same for the system tray area and system icons. So the clock flyout, for example, and again, I have clicked it, it's just being very slow. Yeah, so you can see this is the Windows 10 UI, no rounded corners, and it's a real shame actually. I really hope that they do change this. Same with all of these are just not changed at all from Windows 10. Same with the Action Center, so this build does not appear to have the new Windows 10X Action Center, it's just the Windows 10 one here, as you can see, although these buttons are rounded, so, you know, There's a, what, about 10%, 10-20% of Windows 11 UI there. Tracker says, can the start menu be changed back to the 10 version? No, not in this build. If you're talking about changing it back to the Windows 10 version with live tiles, no. The only thing you can do, as far as I'm aware, is move it back to the left. Okay. By the way, guys, just let me know if I'm going too slow, because, I mean, like I said, I could talk about this all day and I'm probably just waffling way too much. So anyway, yeah, so that is the taskbar changes, pretty much. So this part is all new. This part on the right is Windows 10. You know, no changes. System tray is still here as normal. Okay, so now let's go to File Explorer, since I had it open. Now, I've not used Windows 10 for the last couple of years. However, I do know that it did get new icons in File Explorer, and correct me if I'm wrong, please, anybody, but I think these are just those icons, right? These are the ones that came to Windows 10, these new icons. Same with Recycle Bin. These are, you know, not different here. And as far as I'm aware, there are no changes to the File Explorer app. You know, we've still got the ribbon, still got these, you know, square borders around things here, so I don't think this is any different at all. Now, Dominic mentioned something a minute ago, which was to type I explore into the run box. And actually, yeah, I forgot to say this, but do let me know if there's anything specific that you want me to look at, and I will explore it for you here. Now, I think I know what's going to happen when I do this, because I think I read it earlier. But yeah, let's do it. So I'm just, you know, normal person wanting Internet Explorer. And yeah, look, you don't get it. You cannot get to Internet Explorer. You are redirected to Edge. Even if you type in I explore in run, you go to Edge. So Edge obviously is Microsoft's newest browser based on Chromium, and they really want you to use it. And they definitely don't want you to use Internet Explorer. So if for some reason you need to use Internet Explorer for compatibility reasons, then Edge actually has an Internet Explorer compatibility mode. So I guess the theory is there should be no reason why you should be using Internet Explorer. Okay, so Void Pointer in the chat has posted a registry edit that switches to the old start menu. That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, and Oscar says the same thing. I did not know that. Thanks for the information. So yeah, anybody that wants to switch to classic start menu, we have that option. In fact, shall I do that now? Let's do it now. If I can quickly look at this before everything disappears on here. Okay, so we're going to current user, software, Microsoft, Windows. Yep, okay, so software, Microsoft, Windows, yeah. Current version, Explorer. Yeah, and then advanced. And start show classic mode. Ah, interesting. Okay. So, right, so wait, do I need to add something here? So start, so Explorer Advanced, start, show classic mode. So is this a key that I need to add? Oh wait, I'm here, aren't I? That's right. Oh, I'm just being stupid. Okay. Start. Okay, yeah, I get it. Just being stupid. So new D word. Start. Show classic mode 1. That is so weird, isn't it? Calling live tiles classic. That makes me feel really old. Right, so then let's, I'm assuming I can just log out to set this. Let's do that. Dragon and people are asking about dark mode. Yes, I'll come back to themes in just a second. I'll just do this start menu thingy mabob. Yeah, and Spiffy says new Windows sounds. Yep, there are loads of new sounds as well. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay. Ah, yeah, look, there you go. There is the old start menu, interestingly appearing on the left, even if the button is centered. Now, how's that for consistency? Sector Wire says, does the Aero Light theme still exist? Yes, it does. If you go to the Discord And by the way, if you go to windowsonwindows.com, go there. It's got all the social links. Go there, click on Discord if you're not there already. And yeah, someone posted about that in the Discord. Yeah, so look, we can get the old start menu. We can indeed. Right, I'm going to put this back though, because I want to keep it as out of the box fresh as possible. So let's put this back to 0. Okay, so I'm just going to log out to reset this, and then I will, if I press the right button, I'll talk about the themes and dark mode and stuff. Okay. Yep, okay, so let's do dark mode since people are asking, and I don't really use dark mode, so I don't tend to think about it. I don't know, I kind of went off it a few years ago. But yeah, let's look at dark mode. Okay, so let's go through personalization options here. So I'll show you the new wallpapers in a second. I'll just switch to dark mode first, because that seems to be a very popular request, so let's do that. Okay, so again, I'll come back to the themes. I'll just go to dark mode first. So this is a theme that I'm setting here, so it does actually change the wallpaper, so that's a good excuse for me to show you this. Now look at this, this looks really good, doesn't it? And I think that's always been true about Windows 10. I think it's always looked its best in dark mode. What do you guys think? Do you agree? I think it's always looked better in dark mode. So yeah, this is really nice. And the fact that the wallpaper becomes dark as well, that is a really nice touch, I think. Because obviously in Windows 10 dark mode, that didn't change. It was the same wallpaper. So yeah, this is dark mode. It looks really nice. Let's open the start menu. And yeah, I mean, that is nice, isn't it? That is nice. There's a lot of empty space down here, but I guess that will fill up as you open apps, right? Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at the other wallpapers. So you get, I believe you get just these 5. I could be wrong, but let's have a look at these 5. So you got the one that comes with the dark mode. You've got this one that was part of the light mode here. So obviously you can mix and match if you want to. You have this one. And meh, I mean, that's okay, isn't it? That's not that exciting, I don't think. Ah, Dominic, that's a good point. Thanks for that. I didn't notice. Yeah, the start button doesn't change to your accent color anymore. That's interesting. I wonder if they'll change that, because it'd look nicer if it did, wouldn't it? Really. Yeah, so we've got this one, and then we have this. That's nice. That is like a Mac OS wallpaper, isn't it? That's really nice. Check if Task Manager is dark. Okay, let's do that. Task Manager. Nope, it is not dark. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? That's disappointing. Although I guess, I mean, I know it's not really an excuse, but I guess if they were going to prioritize which parts were going to get themed first, they would choose the bits that most people would see, you know, in everyday use, right? So I mean, Task Manager, most people would probably not even know it's there, or if they did, not use it very often. So I guess if we were gonna, you know, let them get away with not theming something, maybe Task Manager would be one of those things. Luigi says my mic sometimes cuts off. Sorry if that's happening. I don't know why. It could be my internet. Is anyone else having problems with the audio? Just let me know. And if so, I'll try and fix it. Okay, Dominic, who is the fountain of knowledge on this build, so thanks, Dominic. There's more backgrounds in C Windows Web Wallpaper. Okay, I will go there in a second. Let's just look at this last one here. So this is the last one. That's nice as well. And someone said this earlier. I can't remember who it was, so apologies. I've forgotten your name. But yeah, there's something Vista-y about these wallpapers, isn't there? There's something like this. You could imagine this being in Windows Vista. This would look really good in Vista, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay, so those are the backgrounds. Now, if we go to colors, we've got this same Windows 10 color selection area, and show colors on start taskbar and action center. I don't know, will this do anything? Oh, it does actually, yeah, it does. And on title bars and window borders. Now that will only apply to Win32 apps, yeah. So that does work. Automatically choose from background. Oh, look, I'm customizing it all already. Right, okay. So then let's go to lock screen. Anything new here? I don't think so. No, so Windows Spotlight is the default. If you go to themes, so you can see there are 6 themes by default. We've got the default theme, Windows Light, dark version, glow. I'll just show you these actually, why not? So this is the glow theme. I don't really like that. I don't know what it is. Is it because it cuts off here? That looks a bit weird. Captured motion. Ah, yeah, look, these themes have multiple images actually, so yes, it would make sense what Dom said about multiple images. Sunrise. That's quite nice, I quite like that. And flow. Anthony says, can you kindly tell me the RAM usage and number of processors? I'll show you actually. Let's just go back to Task Manager so that you can see that. Performance. There, I'll just leave this here for a second so you can see what's going on. Yeah, so sounds, I will talk about this. I'm actually going to open this because there are lots of new sounds here. I will leave that open so that I can remind myself to do that in a second. Okay, let's go and have a look at those other wallpapers that Dom told us about. So we're going to see Windows. It's web, isn't it? Web, wallpaper, and yeah, you can just see all the images in the themes here, can't you? And I've been using Mac OS so long that I just press the space bar, but that doesn't do anything in Windows. It doesn't give you a preview, does it? Okay, so let's have a quick look at these pictures. So this is the one from the, what was it called? Captured motion, I think. Oh, that's nice. These are they're Vista, aren't they? Or they are. They've got a look about them. Yeah, those are quite nice. Quite like those. If I do use Windows 11, I think that would be a theme that I may choose to use. Okay, and let's look at flow. These are very modern, aren't they? It's very, very modern. I don't know how else to describe it. Very clean and neat. Okay, and then glow. Oh, so these are all basically the same, just different colors. Yeah, I'm not feeling those. Let me know, by the way, what's your favorite theme out of these 5 options? Which would you use? I think I'm going with, I don't know, captured motion maybe. Oh, I quite like this one as well. What's this one called? Sunrise. I quite like this. Oh yeah, that's nice. That is very nice. It's a shame, and one of the features I would have liked to have seen is actually automatically changing wallpapers depending on what time of day it is, like you can do in Mac OS. I thought that would have been quite a nice thing to do. And I don't know why I've clicked on these because you've seen these already, but yeah, you can see those are the other 2. Yeah. Okay, so that's the wallpapers. So yeah, let me know what your favorite theme is out of these options. There you go. We've got 5 here. What do we think? Yes, Alexander says the Photos app is slow. It is very slow. And I remember that in Windows 10 it was always really slow. Okay. Ooh, sorry, 1 second. I think I may have another technical problem here because my chat has frozen and I cannot see any messages. Let's try and fix that. Right. Yep, sorry guys, I think I may have had a slight technical problem. Am I back? Yes, I think I am back. Okay, Dominic says there's even more in the other web folders. Ah, okay, well, let's go and check those out then. Right, what else we got? Ah, so these are touch keyboard backgrounds. Are these in Windows 10 at the moment? I can't remember. I heard that this was a thing that's either coming or is there now. So yeah, again, I'm not sure. Let me know. So yeah, these are backgrounds that you can or will be able to set for the touch keyboard. Those are quite nice on their own as wallpapers, aren't they, as well? Very nice. What else have we got? So screen. So these will be lock screen backgrounds. Let's have a look at these ones. So this is the default one, which is again nice. That one, meh. Nah, I don't like that. That's similar to that wallpaper, isn't it? Oh, these are, yeah, they're similar to wallpapers, aren't they? Oh, look, you've got a classic Windows 10 blue background. Why not? Nutsy says, I really like sunrise and glow. Yeah, sunrise, that's a nice theme. Glow, I'm not so sure about. Okay, right, what have we got left? 4K. Are these just going to be larger versions of the other ones? Yeah. Okay, so that appears to be all the wallpapers. Okay, let's go to sounds. Now, hopefully, again, coming back to my technical problems I was having earlier, I hopefully set this up so that you will be able to listen to these sounds. So let's actually find out. I'm just going to turn the background music off on the stream so that you can hopefully hear this properly. So just, I'm going to play one. Just let me know, if, guys, if you can hear it, just so I know if I've done it properly. So can you hear this? This is a new sound. And I'm just pausing again because I'm looking at the chat, and also there's a massive lag on this stream. How has the quality of this stream been? It seems to have been a little bit, it's been a bit laggy, isn't it? A little bit. I don't know why. Just going to top up my tea here while I'm waiting for this to catch up. Okay, so can someone tell me if you can hear this sound, please? Because I don't. Ah, yes. Okay, yes, I think so. Perfect. Thank you, guys. There was just a really long delay to the point where I thought that everyone had not heard what I said. Yeah, okay, so let's go through the sounds. So, I will correct myself, I'm sure, in a second, but I think all of these sounds are new. So you may have to turn your volume up. I'll stay relatively quiet, hopefully, and you may have to just turn your volume up because they're quite subdued. They're quite quiet, but they're really nice. They're really modern and they're mellow. That's probably the word I'd use to describe it, quite mellow. So yeah, I'm just going to scroll through this and play them so that you can listen to them, and I will keep quiet so that you don't get ear raped. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to interject here quietly. I'm sorry if I spoilt your relaxing moment. These two NFP sounds, I think they are not new. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're not new, those last two. Okay, and we are done. So one more thing I did notice about the sounds, which I'll say before I forget, is there's no empty recycle bin sound by default, which I believe, again, is a new thing, there not being a sound. So yeah, there is no sound for recycle bin. Yeah, Davey says, I like these sounds. I do. Yeah, I think these are really nice, actually, aren't they? Windows has been overdue for new sounds for quite a while. It's surprising how little things like having new sounds really, like, what am I trying to say? Really enhances the experience, isn't it? Just having something simple like the sounds being changed. And tying into that, actually, they have reintroduced the Windows startup sound. So I don't know if I'll be able to select that here. Is that actually, surely it'll be in here somewhere. Let's see. Is it this one? Let's find out. No, it's not that. Windows logon, is it this? Ooh, no, that is the Windows 8 sound. Oh no, why is that still there? Oh, where is it then? Am I just being stupid? Where's the startup sound? Maybe I'm being stupid, I can't see it here. But there is a new one. Yeah, I'm going to go back to Dominic. Dominic, do you know how I can get to the startup sound by any chance? Or anybody? Can I get to it quickly? Somehow I can't seem to find it. Jaren says other sound schemes. Let's have a look, actually. I don't think there are any other ones, but let's have a look. This is control panel, by the way. So yes, it is still here. It still does not theme with dark mode. And oh, that reminds me, let's go back to dark mode, actually, because people were asking about it. It's popular, isn't it? Let's do that. It's very easy on the eyes, isn't it? Especially given it's 11:15 here. So let's do that. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so control panel is still here. We've just got some new icons, I think, but yeah, it's still here. Sound. Yeah, so there are no new sound schemes, unfortunately. Void Pointer says check if Tadar is changed. I will. Let's do that. Yeah. In fact, yeah, let's go to the media folder and we'll just see if we can find anything else that might be interesting. You never know. This is what happened recently in the Windows 98 build I looked at, 1602, where I went digging in this folder. So yeah, these are the old Windows 7 sound scheme folders, which I'm assuming are still empty. Yeah, it's funny how they're still here though, isn't it? No one's actually bothered to delete them. They've just deleted the files. I don't know what DM is. Whatever it is, it appears to have crashed. Oh no, I was going to say it appears to have crashed File Explorer. Yeah, so let's see anything. I mean, do I want to play all these? Check these ones since people were asking. Oh no, not groove music, please. That reminds me, actually, someone was asking about Windows Media Player. Should we find out if that's still here? Windows Media. Yep, it is. And I would much rather use this because we will not have to wait 30 seconds to play the sound once we go through this initial setup. So let's just do this. Tell you what Windows needs, it needs. Now that I've used Mac OS, it really could do with something like Quick Look in Mac where you can just press a button and quickly preview a file. That'd be really helpful. Oh, look at this. It's all over the place. It's just frozen. So we'll just give it a moment to fix itself. Brian says, is Windows Terminal installed by default? Yes, it is. And I'll show you it while we're waiting for Windows Media Player, if all goes well. Yep, so it is installed by default. Yeah, Michael Raven says, just restart the VM for the sound. Yeah, I'll do that. The only thing with restarting is it will take a long time. If you hear at the beginning, the performance, especially on startup, is really bad. So if I do that, and maybe I'll leave it till the end because it's just going to take, 5-10 minutes to do that. Okay, I am not a person. Don't quite know what to make of that. What are you? Are you a robot? But they have said the startup sound is located in imageres.dll. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to be able to get to it. So yeah, this is Windows Terminal. Windows Media Player, this just... Oh, hang on. So wait a minute. Was it frozen or did I just think it was? So these checkboxes, and I noticed this earlier actually, unless it's just me, these are not very clear, I don't think. That like that. I mean, I know it's got a circle of color around it, but that looks very similar to that. I would rather that be completely filled in or have something in the middle that makes it really obvious that you've clicked it. So yeah, I'm not feeling that. Right, let's listen to these sounds. Hopefully all goes well. And again, I will remain quiet when I'm playing these. Okay, so let's just hopefully do this. And let's just hope that all hell doesn't break loose. Okay, let's just play them in order. Let's see what we've got. Okay, I'm just going to pause here for a second. So I don't think any of those sounds were new. The alarm sounds, those were the same sounds that were in Windows 10 Mobile. That's where I remember them from. So I think they're just the Windows 10 sounds. So that was quite nostalgic for me. Chimes, chord, ding, notify, and recycle. Again, I don't think they're new. And obviously, I mean, they're not used in Windows at this point anyway. So yeah, but again, I think they're just carried over from Windows 10. I'm assuming it's going to be the same for these next ring sounds. So if they are, I'll just skip these to save a bit of time. Yep, so these are all old sounds as well. Let's go to the speech sounds. If you use speech recognition, these are all still the Vista sounds. I mean, I'll play this because it's kind of funny, but yeah, these are really old at this point. Yeah, so that is that, and then we appear to have the new sounds down here. So these should correspond to everything that we've already listened to, but just in case, why are there two versions of some of them? Let's just play them. Just in case, let's play them. Okay, so yeah, it appears we have a mixture of new and old sounds here. Does anyone like me really like that Windows 8 logon sound? I used to love that. I kind of missed that. Yeah, and again, all of these are going to be the same, aren't they? So the startup sound, someone may have to remind me. We'll do that right at the end because we're going to have to wait a very long time for it. So there you go. It can be a little goodbye little jingle at the end. Why not? Because yeah, this I'm guessing this is going to take a good 5-10 minutes to restart. Okay, so anything else specifically that anyone would like me to look at? Let's put this over here so you can see the usage. Yeah, anything else that anyone would like me to look at? I'll just have some more of my tea when I'm waiting for this stream to catch up. So apologies if you can hear mouth and drinking sounds. I know it's not very glamorous. Oh, and actually I should probably put the music back on, shouldn't I? That will probably make the mouth sounds even worse. Let's do that. There we go. So Jonathan, Dominic, and Edsel, they agree. Yeah, the Windows 8 logon sound. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? It is a good one. One of the best things probably about Windows 8, the inclusion of that sound. Ah, thank you, Sky. Yes, that is a good idea. Actually, we could install Win Aero Tweaker because this is a great app for tweaking things, and it does include a section for playing the startup sound. That is a great idea. Let's do that. Yeah, and actually, if you've never heard of this app, this is a really good app if you're still using Windows. Yeah, it gives you loads of customization. You know, lots of customization that nowadays in Windows we used to have, but we don't anymore. You can get quite a lot of it back with this app. Okay, Eri Betra says, I would like to see the Windows Store. Okay, let me show you. So the store, there's a, I was going to say a rumor. It's not a rumor. We know that there's a new store coming, but in this build, it's clearly not the new store. This is just the old one. So this may play into what I was kind of saying earlier. There could be features that are being deliberately hidden or deliberately excluded until the very, very, final reveal on the 24th of June. So this is just the old store. Yeah, so let's go back to Win Aero Tweaker. I'm just going to check the chat as well. Anything else that anyone wants to see? JLNGD says Alt Tab. I showed this earlier. It's not that exciting. So this is Alt Tab. It's similar to Windows 10s, if not exactly the same, apart from the rounded corners. Correct me if I am wrong. LG2K says, is it possible to dock the taskbar icons to the left? Yes, you can do that. And just for a change, actually, I'll just do that quickly. Why not? Because we want to keep things as interesting as possible. Okay, so it would help if I went to the right section, wouldn't it? Yeah, so let's do that, actually, so you can get a feel for what this is like. So, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Let's install WinAeroTweaker. So yeah, great app, by the way, if you've never heard of this. It's well worth it if you like customizing. I forget the name of the developer, but is it Sergey? I want to see it Sergey. Sergey, I can't remember his surname, but yeah, he makes great apps. This is so useful, this one. Yeah, so let's install that. Rosie says, what kind of tea do you have? It is just tea. I don't know, that's probably not very exciting. Yeah, it's just hot tea. So, Kevin says, is there a battery graphic in the settings? I don't know, but I'd imagine I'm not running on a portable device, so even, you know, I don't think I'd even see it if there was. Where is battery? Is it in system? Look, I've not used Windows 10 for 2 years. I can't remember where it is. Where would it be? Power. So, no, I don't think so. I think it's just the same as in Windows 10. Okay. Brian says, is snipping tool still there? And does it still say it's moving the snip and sketch? That's hilarious. Yes, you're probably right. Let's find out. What do we think? Should we do a vote before I do this? So yeah, what do we think? Do we think that snipping tool is still going to say we're moving to snip and sketch? I'll leave that. In fact, let's pin it. We'll pin to the taskbar so you can see. Oh yeah, look, did you see that? It jumped. It did that little jumping thing when I pinned it. Let's pin something else because that's really excited me now. Hang on, let's pin calculator. Look at this. Oh, where's the pin option? Yeah, look at this animation when I pin it. Look at the taskbar. There's a little pop. I quite like that. Ballroom Blitz says, can you make search bar extended like in Windows 10? No, not as far as I'm aware. There are no options for the search apart from to turn the icon on or off. Davey says Paint 3D is gone. Yep, that is right. Paint 3D is no longer here. Sky says the 3D objects folder is gone too. Yeah, I mean, that's overdue, isn't it? Who used that? I mean, really, if you were going to 3D print stuff, surely you could just make your own 3D objects folder. It's not like a really popular thing, is it? Yeah, okay, so we've got an overwhelming vote, if I can even say it, for snipping tool saying that it's moving to snip and sketch. This is very unprofessional. I'm sorry that I laughed at that. It's not funny. Okay. Yeah, there you go. In a future update, and God knows when it's going to be. We don't know. It could be in another 10 years' time. It could be in Windows 12. Who knows? Well, not in Windows 12, because he can tell you all about Windows 12, but I don't think that's going to be a good upgrade. Windows 13, maybe, if you're not being superstitious. Yeah, it is moving. Just in case you weren't aware, it is moving. Mazaz says, can you reduce the UI size? Yes, I'll do that again, so you can look at the UI in some different configurations. Yeah, I can put the scaling down. I'll put it up a little bit because it's in a tiny window on my Mac, because the iMac has a massive resolution. It's like 4K, so it's in a tiny window and I couldn't see it. But yeah, this is if you put everything right down to default scaling. Overgreen says, does that mean Paint 3D isn't in the store? Let's check, actually. I don't see why not. I just don't think it's included by default, but, you know, I mean, yeah, this could be here, isn't it? Definitely. Paint 3D. Yep, you can download it if you want from the store. Let's do that, actually, because then we can see what the notifications are like. Disney fan says, is there any live tiles hidden? It depends what you mean. So we have, if I just go to the right icon, if we have widgets here, which kind of replaces live tiles, kind of, you know, like 50% maybe replaces them. If you're talking about the original Windows 10 start menu with live tiles, then yes, there's a registry hack. Thank you to the people in the chat earlier that told me that. Go back and you'll see it, or I'm sure someone will put it in a comment on the video. There's a registry hack that you can use to get the Windows 10 start menu back. Ethan says, is Cortana still there? Nope, she is as dead as a dodo, unfortunately. I quite liked Cortana, but there you go. Yeah, Dominic, that's right. You're talking about the clock. Yes, I didn't have the triple decker clock as it's becoming known. Yes, it's because of my UI scaling. And Dominic again, is Snip and Sketch even there? Well, actually, yeah, I don't know. What's happening here? Is this actually doing anything? It's not, is it? I have no idea. I'm just going to leave that and hope that it catches up with itself. So whoever asked about the UI scaling, sorry, I'm going to have to put it back up because I cannot see what I'm doing. So yeah, Snip and Sketch. Okay, let's check that. Snip. Yep, it is here, I think. Yep, it's here. Yep, so this is clearly what we'll all be using in about 10 years' time when Snipping Tool eventually moves. Okay, Murdad says, can I see MS Paint? Now, I think someone said this on the Discord. It might have been Sky, actually. The executable has moved, I think. Is that right? So it's no longer in the Windows folder. I don't know where it is, but yeah, it's still here. Obviously, yeah, you don't have the Edit in Paint 3D option. So where is the executable? Oh, I forgot. You can't actually go to properties here anymore. You used to be able to go to file properties. Yeah, so where is it? Who knows? Thank you, Luigi. He says, congratulations on almost getting 9,000 subs. Thank you. I mean, that is 9,000 more than I thought I would ever have when I first started uploading videos, which was quite a long time ago. Almost 10 years ago. Davey says, do you remember when MS Paint was going to be discontinued? Yes, that was a fun time, wasn't it? And that never happened either. I mean, it's not like Microsoft always promise stuff that they never do, is it? Ah, okay, Sky says that the Paint 3D button in Paint was removed a few versions ago. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for correcting me. Void Pointer says Cortana is in Windows 11. Oh, okay, where's Cortana then? Can I search for her? Cortana, are you here? Oh, she is here. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. She's here. She's just been kind of shoved into a closet, I think. Has she? She's here. She's a little bit slow. Not being rude to her. Unique Bots says, do you think it's a good idea to move to Windows 11 right away? It is up to you. I mean, if you're interested in Windows, which you clearly are because you're here, then yeah, why not? Just be careful because, I mean, I'm a complete hypocrite because I'm running the developer preview of macOS 12 at the moment, and it's an absolute nightmare. And that's partly why I was having so many technical problems for 45 minutes earlier. But I was going to say, if you're really interested and you can deal with the bugs and you don't have anything absolutely critical that you have to do that, you know, would be earth-shattering if you couldn't do it because there was a massive bug, like, you know, like a live stream, for example, then yeah, why not? Sign in. Okay, let's sign into Cortana. But this is just going to be the Windows 10 app, right? Where you can just have a conversation with her. Ah, yeah, thank you to Bluemew and Lemrez. That actually reminded me of something very useful. You can find the location of files in Task Manager. Yeah, let's do that in a second. Yeah, so this is the same Cortana as before, right? And I feel sorry for her because she's been very repressed, hasn't she? Yeah, okay, so where is MS Paint? Let's see. Okay, Paint, where are you? Open file location. Yeah, that is right. I think it was Sky that said this at the Discord. Yeah, it's in this app folder with UWP app stuff for no apparent reason. This is where UWP apps or Windows apps are put, as in the new style apps. And yeah, I don't know why it's there. Is it because it's been installed through the store, maybe? Okay, Luigi is heading off. Thank you for joining us. I hope that it was entertaining. And apologies again. Thank you for your patience with the technical problems. By the way, guys, I haven't said this, but thank you so much for being here still, because I don't even know how long I've been talking about. How long have we been streaming for? I actually don't even know. But I mean, you can probably tell I could talk about Windows all day. I mean, literally, when did we start? Was it about 10:30? So about an hour, I think. Right. Yep. So DJ Gamer says startup sound. Yeah, we'll do that right at the end. Oh, actually, no. We were gonna do that in Win Arrow Tweaker, but again, I got distracted because it happens all the time. Okay, right. Let's go back to look. I'm gonna maximize this so I can't get distracted by anything else. Okay. Ooh, hang on. Let's wait. There's a slight problem here. Let me turn off these title bar colors because that is not a good look. Let's just turn these off. Okay, yeah, this is better. Right. So yeah, WinArrow Tweaker, great app for tweaking stuff. So I mean, this is obviously not a video on this app, but look, there's loads of things here that you can customize, many of which you used to be able to customize in days gone by, but not anymore. So startup sound, yes. Okay, so I will be quiet while this is playing. So there is a new startup sound. Don't give it away for the people that have heard it already, but I'm interested and I'm going to ask a question. If you've not heard this before, after you listen to this, tell me what it reminds you of. If it reminds you of anything specifically, you know, another sound, think about other sounds. Tell me what you think. So here we go. I'll play it again. Again, it's quite quiet. All these sounds are very mellow, so you may need to turn your volume up. So I'll play it a couple more times. Thank you very much to Nick and I'm going to get your name wrong, Retroity, who have both donated. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what does that sound remind you of? I'm just interested if I'm just, you know, if I'm just making things up in my head, but it reminds me of two other sounds, both Windows sounds. I'm just interested if anyone else can make that association or if I'm just looking into it too much. Davey says, is it just me or even the taskbar has rounded corners at the bottom? It's just because of the app window in macOS. I'm using macOS 12, so I have rounded edges on my windows. And for some reason, VMware, and I don't know whose idea this was, the virtual machine screen goes right down to the very bottom of the app window. So you have these corners at the bottom edges, which is very annoying. So yeah, sorry about that. Let's catch up on chat a little bit. Okay, so Elias says, what do you think about the bigger icon size on the taskbar? I quite like it, really. I mean, screens are much bigger now, aren't they, than they used to be in like, you know, 7 days and before. So why not? It'll be much easier to use as a touch interaction, wouldn't it, to have bigger icons? I don't see why not. Okay, yeah, so the startup sound, yes. So Max Mushroom says Windows Vista startup sound. And someone else, and again, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to not say your name right. Airtegrill says Windows 7. Someone else says Windows 7. Pepski, yeah. It's got what that. See, I'm not clued up on musical terms, but there's something about it. It's like the rhythm, isn't it? It's the gaps between the notes. It has the same kind of pattern as those old startup sounds, to the point where I don't think that is a coincidence. And even to an extent, to a less of an extent, but still, I think it's also similar to the Windows 95 sound. So yeah, tell me what you think again. I'm just going to play it again for those people that maybe missed it the first time. But yeah, do you think this sounds like the Vista /7 /8 /8.1 /10 startup sound? Because yeah, I think it does. And Windows 95 to a lesser extent. Ah, yeah, Jacob says stop the background music playing. Thank you for that, because I completely forgot. Okay, let's actually do this properly so that you can listen to it properly. Okay, here we go. Lemra says it's really nice. Yep, I love it. I love all these mellow sounds. Yeah, Caesar says aeroplane sounds. Yeah, It is, isn't it? It's just something, there's something relaxing about it. It's quite nice. Now, unfortunately, because I've been waffling so much about Windows, my tea's going really cold. So I've now got cold tea, which I'm guessing this is more American now. It's like iced tea, isn't it? Okay, Dominic says don't forget to check Aero Light. I've actually forgotten how do I do that? Do I have to recreate any files, or is it still there? I'm guessing it's still there. And someone else said where was that? I've missed it. Yeah, Vivek says, how does the timeline feature look like? So timeline has been removed, unfortunately. I thought that was a good feature. It's been removed here. So where timeline used to be, I'll show you, it's not there anymore. So if we go to task view, we just get running apps and the desktops here. There's no more timeline. Some people have said as well, including Merdad, it sounds like some Skype sounds. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're all kind of mellow, aren't they? Right, where are we? Nick says, will it be a free upgrade like Windows 10? Yes, I think someone asked us earlier. I would imagine so. Because I can't imagine Microsoft going back on that promise. They've already said that Windows 10 was free, so I don't think they could reasonably say Windows 11 won't be. Hopefully not. Right. Just see if there's any more questions in the chat. Okay, Davey says, can you choose small taskbar icons? No. So there is lots of new taskbar customization, but unfortunately some of it's been removed as well. Let's put the music back. Yeah, so this is the taskbar customization here. I'll just show you in case you missed this earlier. So some things have been removed, but obviously there are some new options as well. So let's go as an example, system tray icons. This is just all the same as Windows 10. So actually, why not? Let's do this. Now, see, when I was using Windows, I used to turn all of these off, and the clock. I used to just have network and volume here, and the clock I used to use 8 gadget pack. So actually, let's talk about this program a little bit. This is great because it brings back the Windows 7 / Vista widgets back to Windows. So actually, let's install this and then we can see what it looks like. Why not? Jaron says, thank you, Major Sky 17, for this once-in-a-lifetime live stream exploration of the future of Windows. No problem. As I've said already, I mean, I would be doing this now anyway. If I wasn't live streaming, I would just be sat here doing all this anyway. So it's great that people, apart from me, find it entertaining. I think that's great. Right, what else have we got? Yeah, now Con makes a good point. Talking about the lack of taskbar options. So yeah, you actually now cannot move it. It appears anyway. You can't move it from the bottom of the screen, so you can't have it on the top left or right anymore like you could previously. So yeah, that's another customization thing that's missing from the taskbar. What's up with my internet? How slow is this? So Dominic says you can access Aerolite from Winera Trika. Oh yeah, come on. I should have remembered that, shouldn't I? Yes, it is here. But the question is where? Where? Here. Literally, it's staring me right in the face. Okay. So yeah, Aerolite. This was, I'm actually probably going to forget the history of this now. So this was, I think, a theme in Windows 8. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was just a secondary theme in Windows 8. And yeah, it's still here, which is very weird, isn't it? This is a bit weird. So yeah, this is the Aerolite theme. And when you have this set, this looks like Windows 8, kind of, doesn't it? That's kind of weird. Okay, Vivek says, does the lock screen / login UI look different? No, it doesn't. That is exactly the same as the Windows 10 lock screen. XP says, can you personalize the start menu? Yes, you can. I will go through those options now. Let's just put this theme back. John says, where did you get it as in this build? It leaked online, so yeah, it's not an official, it's not come from Microsoft, it shouldn't really be available. Yeah, so personalizing start menu. So you've got your pinned apps, which you have these ones pinned by default. So I mean, this is not as invasive as Windows 10, right? So I mean, you have some things like Netflix, but I mean, Netflix I think is useful, isn't it, for a lot of people? You don't have like Candy Crush, for example. So that's a good step in the right direction. So yeah, customization, you can unpin from start, uninstall from the same place, and move to the top. So there you go. So we can do that here. Now down here in this recommended section, I'm assuming this is going to show you apps and files that you open a lot, as you can see here, or open at all. So yeah, it's got a few that I clicked on earlier here. And then if you go to all apps, this takes you to your all apps list. This is very similar to how it is in Windows 10 now. So yeah, you've just got an alphabetized list of apps. What's going on with that icon? I can't quite see that from here. Was that just glitched? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And someone asked, who was it? I think it was is there a labels option on the taskbar for running apps? No, that is also not here actually. No, you can't change that anymore. So no taskbar labels. No taskbar labels. Okay, anything else that anyone wants me to look at in this build? Let's see, did 8 gadget pack finish installing? I just want to install this out of curiosity just to see how well it fits in. Is it actually finished? What's going on here? Yeah, it has finished. Yeah, let's just see out of interest how well it fits in with the rest of the UI here. If it works, I can't imagine it not working. Louis says, where do I get the ISO? I can't answer that because technically we're not meant to have it, are we? I mean, my logic here was that most of the builds I do videos on are leaked builds anyway. Even if they leaked, you know, decades ago, they're still builds that shouldn't really be available. So I'm not doing anything different by looking at this one, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, obviously the internet is the place to look. Patrick says, is there a dark theme? Yeah, I showed the dark theme earlier. Okay, Dominic says, check notepads about dialogue. Okay. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if we found like a massive Easter egg or something here? No, look, nothing. That's a nice dialogue box though, as far as they go. Right, yeah, so let's have a look at these gadgets. I mean, I'm not imagining they're going to look... I think they'll just fit in normally, won't they? Okay, Splitwire says, open the Microsoft Management Console and unmaximize the inner window in it, lol. Why is that funny? I don't know. Is that just like what you do as a last resort when there's nothing else left to do? You just go and open MMC and prat around. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh, no. Oh, gosh, no. Let's get out of that quickly. We don't want to see that ever again. Yeah, so look, you can get the 8 gadget pack running, and now it looks more like, well, Windows, what, 7.10 maybe. Yeah, so look, you can, I used to do this, have them centered, and yeah, obviously you can add stuff here. Right. The magnificent Zoltar says, can you still add quick launch toolbars to the taskbar? No. Nope. So a lot of the legacy taskbar functionality has completely gone. It's just not there at all. Critical says, so nothing has changed, only the UI. Yes, pretty much. And even, even saying that, only part of the UI has changed. And actually, this is something I thought of earlier. This would be a good thing to do. Let's play a game. How many clicks away? So the game's called How Many Clicks Away, and this is the game. I ask you a question. For example, how many clicks away do you think is the Windows 10 UI? So how many times do you think I have to click on something, left or right mouse button, in order to get to a piece of Windows 10 UI? So let me know. How many clicks do you think? For those that weren't here at the beginning, I did show this at the beginning, but if you weren't there, how many clicks away from Windows 10? That's the first question in my little game. What do you think? Vivek says, in the meantime, since live tiles are gone, can they be added in widgets? No, they can't. So even though the widgets look like live tiles, it's actually not the same thing. Nope, so they're not interchangeable. Jonathan says, try Red Pill, it might unveil new features. I actually don't know where would I get Red Pill from? I don't know where to get. I've never used it. I don't know where to get that from. But I'm sure as we speak, someone's checking that, aren't they? So my message to the 226 people that are still here, which is still amazing, by the way, so thank you for still being here. If you have this in a virtual machine, get Red Pill if you know where to get it from, and go looking, see if you can find something. Yeah, look, so yeah, you're right. Everyone that said one or once, well done. That's right. We're one click away from Windows 10 UI. And I'll just give you one example. If you click on the sound icon here, there you go. Look, Windows 10. And in fact, really, is that Windows 8? That's Windows 8, really, isn't it, I guess? I don't know. Is it? Might be making that up. But yeah, definitely Windows 10. No, it's not Windows 8, is it? I'm just being stupid. Yeah, one click away from Windows 10. Okay, let's do another one. And I actually don't know the answer to this, but let's try it anyway. Okay, how many clicks away from Windows 7? Let's do that. How many clicks do you think would I have to do to get to a piece of Windows 7 UI? And actually, Sky, yeah, you make a good point. Really, I guess you could say 0 clicks, because, yeah, I mean, this is Windows 10 UI here, isn't it? So, yeah, okay, I guess. If you're being picky about it, yeah, you could say 0. And Elias, yeah, I agree. I mean, these taskbar flights, they need to change. These absolutely have to change. And if they don't, if these are not changed in the final build, then I will literally cry about this, because this is so silly if these don't change. They just do not fit in with the taskbar anymore. And the corners, it's just ridiculous. Okay, Overgreen says 3, Keel says 0, XP says 7. Yeah, so I don't know actually. So where would Windows 7 UI be here? See, my first thought would be control panel. There's got to be an icon here. In fact, that icon is a Windows 7 icon, isn't it? Oh no, that's a 10 icon, and then there's going to be an icon here, isn't there? From 7 or Vista. Yeah, look, color management. So how many was that? That was 1 there, and then so 2 clicks to get to control panel. And there you go. Look, Windows 7 icons everywhere. Amazing. Okay, this is a good one. Maybe we'll make this the last one. How many clicks from Windows 95? Or Windows 98? That's question 3 in my how many clicks game. Yeah, look, yeah, Davey, see, you great minds think alike. Yeah, how many clicks from 95? Chad says, is the snipping icon from Vista? Yeah, it is, isn't it? It is. So that would be 1. Yep. Okay, so yeah, because I've pinned it here, that would be 1 click. You're right, I'll allow that as an answer. Although that wasn't there by default, so I should probably remove it. Yeah. Okay, so Davey says he's sure you can get to a Windows 95 dialog in under 5 clicks. So I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to like think 95. What would be where would be like the most obvious place to see 95 stuff? See, I'm thinking of icons, so I want to go to the Windows folder and look at old app icons, but that's quite a lot of clicks, isn't it? So hang on. Let's see how many is that going to be. Oh, we've got a spread here. So we've got 2, 5, 7, 4. Who knows? A question mark. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so this is 1. Let's check. So now let's see if I type in C here. Oh no, that's still going to be... No, wait. So this is 2. And then I can type this, right? Windows. I'm going to go to System 32. Okay, so 2 clicks. Oh, I've mistyped it. Oh, come on. I mistyped it. We'll ignore that. That doesn't count. Okay, yeah, you can... I don't want to open anything. Okay, yeah, open it in Edge. Okay, you do that. Okay, so that's 2. And then if I scroll, that doesn't count as a click either, right? So let's see. We need executable files, though, without clicking. Ooh, what's that? Windows 7, no. Oh yeah, developer Luke says device manager. That would be a good idea. See, yeah, good idea. Ooh, I don't know. I can't see any here. There's got to be something. See, I could just search for just the executable files, but then that would be another click. So actually, in the interest of saving time, I'm going to add an extra click here to do this. And another one to make the icons larger, but we'll just ignore that. This is just in the interest of saving time. Right, okay, so come on, 95 icons. Anywhere. Ooh, look at that. Windows 3.1. We went even further than we meant to. That's amazing. Look at that. The group converter program. Oh dear. Oh no, hang on though. No, wait. This is 95, isn't it? Yeah, because this was a way that you could convert your program groups from 3.1 into start menu folders. That's right. So what happens if you open this now? Anything? No, nothing. Doesn't do anything now. Mix says, does it have better performance compared to Windows 10? No, not in my experience, but I'm only virtualizing it. And yet Dominic makes a good point. You can type D without clicking. Yeah, so that would be another way around that problem. Yeah, and this is another good idea from Davey. Just right click on Edge or yeah, any shortcut, go to properties and click icons. Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? Didn't think of that. See, look at all these ways you can do things in Windows. What else have we got here out of interest? This is an XP icon. Look at that. Amazing. Phone dialer. Does this still work? Yeah, look at that. DVD player. I mean, this was in Windows 98 build 1602 that I've just been looking at. Oh, that just goes to Windows Media Player now, though. That just redirects there. Okay. Regedit 32. This just goes to Regedit. As far as I'm aware, yeah, look, it just redirects to that. Right, anything else? I'm just looking for, I don't know, anything really interesting. IE chooser. What is this? That looks like a Windows 8 icon, but what is this? Okay, I have no idea what that is. No idea. This is to do with the gadgets, isn't it? Surely. Yeah, Elias says that phone dialer, lol. Yeah, I know. But I mean, I'm sure someone somewhere relies on phone dialer, and without it, they would not be able to cope. So it has to stay there for that person. Yeah, so I'm just gonna come out of that now. Yeah, let's have a look in some of the icons, and we'll just have a little giggle about how many old icons are still left. And then I think, what time are we on? 12. So Yeah, so I don't know. We've done 1 hour 41 minutes, so I don't know. Maybe let's do. I want to say let's do another 20 minutes. We'll make it a round number. We can get in any last things that anyone wants to look at, and then 2 hours is a good round number. Okay, yeah. So let's have a look at some icons here. Wait, what am I doing? We want something like shell 32, don't we? Here, is that in this folder? Yeah. Okay. Right. What's in here? Anything? Ooh, yeah, look at this. Right. Now, they did actually change a lot of these icons recently, didn't they? A lot of these have very recently been updated to look more like Windows 10, just before we moved to Windows 11. Microsoft Logic, love it. So, look, XP icon. What else have we got? Windows 95 icon. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that is a 95 icon. Definitely 98 at least. I remember using that. Control panel 95, I think, again. 95. 95, 95. Yep, so look, they're still here at 95. XP 95. It's just look, there's just loads. Loads. Deviant says, "Don't forget to reboot." Yeah, I said I would earlier, didn't I? For to show you the startup sound, but actually I showed that earlier. But that reminds me about the boot screen. Actually, I have not shown you the boot screen, have I? So we can do the boot screen at the end. Jonathan says, "Why can't Microsoft support legacy Windows versions and start a new OS afresh?" That is a very good question, and unfortunately, I don't think it has a simple answer. And I think it boils down to this. Microsoft have tried a few times to make a new version of Windows, and they've called it Windows something, like Windows 10X or Windows RT, but the problem is, people that go out and buy devices with Windows on, if it's called Windows something, they will assume that they will be able to run all of their Windows apps on that device. And then when they realize, so in 10X, for example, 10X, it's cancelled now, but the idea was that you would be able to run old Windows apps alongside newer ones, but obviously they clearly couldn't get that working. But Windows RT, for example, which was a version of Windows 8, you could not install any apps downloaded from websites, for example. So Chrome, you could not install. You could only use apps from the Windows Store. And that's a problem because people that see Windows, it makes them think about Windows apps, and if they buy something that says it has Windows on and they can't run, whatever it is, their app that they need to use, then that's a problem, isn't it? And that puts people off. So that's my very short answer. Probably not a good answer, but yeah, that's my short answer. Okay, right. Dominic says, revisit MMC after changing the theme to Aero Light and unmaximize that child window. Okay, this is a whole tutorial. Okay, no, hang on. No, it's fine though. I don't mind. So yeah, let's just see. Oh, look, old recycle bin icon. I can't stop looking at these now. Look, XP again. I'm going to stop. Yeah, there's loads there. They need to do a better job, I think. But props for what they've done so far. Right, okay, so let's do Aero Light. Okay, so Aero Light enable. Okay, and now we go to MMC. And search has decided not to work. That is not helpful. Okay. And then unmaximize this. Yeah, oh. That is, that at least looks that is slightly more consistent with the new UI, isn't it? At least it's got a flat, like no gradient here. Interesting. Right. I'm just trying to think, actually, is there anything else that we could look at that we haven't already? Let's just get rid of this. I'm going to try and put everything back a little bit to what it was like to start with. So let's center all this stuff again which is what it was like. Yeah, so now we're back to more of an out-of-box look here. Pauline says, why did Microsoft make the Windows logo flat? Well, interestingly, the Windows logo, the original logo was flat anyway, wasn't it? The Windows 1 logo was flat. And actually, this new logo looks more like the Windows 1 logo than any other Windows logo has ever looked. Let's just have a look at that. Yeah, so look, this is so similar to that, isn't it? Like, even the perspective now. So yeah, that's interesting. Yep, okay, so anyone else got anything that they want me to have a look at before I go? Anything else specifically here? I can't think of anything that I've missed. I'll tell you what could be interesting. This would be a good thing to try, although I probably would leave this until the very end. I don't know if you're aware of this. I mean, some people will be. Windows 10, for example, and Windows 8, you could force activate the Windows Classic theme using various tools. And there's a tool that can let you do that, where you can literally turn off the window management and get the Classic theme back. And I'd imagine that the Classic theme code is still here in Windows 11. That could be a good thing to try, to see whether we can just hack the Classic theme back. Why not? Because, I mean, that can really easily break everything to the point where you can't do anything. So that could be a thing to do right at the end. The aesthetic first says red lock. I don't know where we would get that from, though. Lamika says, is it possible to hide the search icon? Yep, it is. You can turn that off. Nilva says, did you go over WSL? But bearing in mind it's 10 past midnight here, so this could just be me being stupid. I don't know what that is. Am I being stupid? You might have to tell me. Ballroom Blitz says emoji picker. Ah, yeah, let's look at that. I'm assuming this has not changed either. Where's a notepad? Okay, emoji picker. Whoops, that is the wrong button. That is not loading for me when I press the keyboard combination. I do not know why. Ah, here it is. It's just being very slow. Yeah, this is the Windows 10 one, isn't it? Sky says, interestingly, even opening iExplore from program files will still open Edge. Yeah, that is... It's almost like they're forcing you to use it, isn't it? Yeah. I wonder if you could install... Could you download and install IE manually and like override the block sort of thing? Probably not. You probably couldn't. Should we just try it quickly? Let's try it. I'll do this before Classic Theme. I'll do Classic Theme right at the end, just before I go. Okay, so Internet Explorer 11, download. It's just going to tell me off, isn't it, saying that you can't download it. Oh yeah, thanks Dominic. WSL is Windows subsystem, if I can say it, for Linux. Yeah. Thanks for that. I remember now that you said that. Jonathan says, it has control panel been removed? Nope, it's still here. 322 says, all they did is rounded corners. That's it. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's most of it. And Dominic also says, why not try retro bar? Yes, that's a great idea. I need to, yeah, let's do that. That's a great idea. Okay. Retro bar. So yeah, this is another great app that I found recently, which again, if you don't know about this, you're probably going to love it if you're here. It gives you the old taskbar back, one of these old taskbars in Windows 10. So yeah, let's try this. How do I get to it though? For some reason, like, I can't think properly when I'm live, and I don't know why. I just download this. Okay, right. IE Windows. Yeah, let's download the Windows 7 version. Nothing can possibly go wrong. Right, did this download? Yeah, okay. Sky says, is it Windows NT 10 still? Yes, I did check this actually in command prompt. Yes. So if you look here, it says version 10.0.21996.1. So yeah, it is still version 10. So that would be interesting if they kept that change. So they bumped the version number when 10 came out to make it 10 instead of 6.4, and now they've released 11, which is also 10. Nah, it's not. This is the actual source code, isn't it? No, I don't want this. I'm just don't know what I'm doing, clearly. Let's try IE11 because I've downloaded that now anyway. Okay. Ooh, right, what do we think? Is it going to work? Shall we have a vote? You're going to have to be quick though. Yeah, okay, look, so we've got to the install window. So what do you think? Will this work or not? Let me know what you think. Ah, here we go. Look, this is what I was looking for the whole time. Here we go. See, I do know what I'm doing. Just being a bit slow. Yep, thank you to Sky and SG Wagon. Yes, thank you. I did eventually find it. But yes, thank you for that. Yeah, so what do we think? Will IE11 install? And will it work? Let me know what you think before I do that. Okay, right. Where's the download button gone now? Why is it doing that? Right, so retro bar. Yep, run anyway. I want my classic taskbar back. Come on. Yeah, we'll install .NET if that's what we need. Ah, Daniel says he's tested it and it doesn't work. It just opened Edge. And that's a shame, isn't it? Let's try then. Let's just see by chance if anything's different. Okay, we'll restart later. Ah, that's interesting, Sky. So Sky says, I used CCleaner to forcefully remove Edge. Ooh, you're dicing with the devil there. I'm trying to open it. Internet Explorer gives an error saying unable to launch Edge. So I think IE has been modified in some way. And Sky says there's someone on the Discord that said that you can hack the IE11 installer to get it to work, and that's interesting. Alex says, what happens when you right click on the start button? You get basically the Windows, the WinX menu. It's just got a different design, as you can see here. Right, come on, .NET. We're going to be out of time shortly. Yes, Dominic, there are two Skies, and it's definitely not confusing. And they both spell their names the same way. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You can't have too many Skies. You've got Sky, Sky, and Major Sky. Right, let's install this quickly before we run out of time. I'm assuming it needs the 64-bit version, but I don't know. Right, let's quickly try retrobar again then. So retrobar, run anyway. Okay, so it needs the 32-bit version. Right, oh, this one's a bit quicker at least anyway. Disney fan says, can you still run Windows 8 and 10 apps on this? I believe so, yes, as long as they're in the Windows store. Right, install, yes. Okay, right, let's try this now. This is not a good sign, is it? Is it? Oh, no, it's just trying to protect me again. Okay, what's going on here? This is not working. It is not working. Version 3.1, that is this one though. Oh, it's because I downloaded... See, look, it's because I don't know... I said this. It's because I literally cannot think properly when I'm live. That's not even the right thing that I just clicked on twice. It's this one. Right, we're going to try this one more time. If these don't work, then we're going to go on to classic theme. That will be the last thing, and then I'll show you the boot screen. I'm assuming classic theme is going to break it, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, thanks, Dominic. See, I don't know why I did that. That's just silly, isn't it? It's obviously the middle link. It's just because I'm not concentrating. Okay, right. Let's try this one more time. Okay, right, I might as well just do this one at the same time because I don't know which one it wants. Let's just do that. Yes. Okay, right. Yeah, run anyway. Ooh, okay. Well, the taskbar got set to auto hide. That is half of what we want. But where's the new taskbar? It's not there, is it? Or is it coming? Ah, yep, look, there it is. There it is. And this would be a perfect time to now do classic theme. So just give me a minute. I'm just going to quickly get these files into the virtual machine. I can just drag and drop them in. So one moment and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. That took me a little bit longer than I thought because I actually forgot where I put the files. Oh no, don't start blocking these files now. Come on, I need these. I just need to check this is not blocking anything. Is it going to stop blocking stuff? Allow. Yes, you may allow it. Right, okay. So yeah, this will probably break it, but let's find out. And actually, it's been a while since I've done this, so let's see if I can actually remember how to do this. Oh, look, there's a README. Okay. So run classic theme and choose install. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, is it that simple? Let's find out. Which one, though? Why have I got two here? Oh, I don't know. Let's just do this one. Okay. Okay. Right, this is the moment of truth. And it will probably not work. Yeah, that's not a good sign, is it? Oh, but look, we do have classic theme. For a moment, and then it crashed. So yeah, that is not going to work, and there was probably a much better way of doing that, but yeah, that was just me doing it quickly. So yeah, if anyone wants to try that themselves and try and get classic theme working, I'm sure there's a way you can do it. I mean, it is still there. You can clearly see it in that window. So yeah, look, it's... oh, now it's not coming up at all, but yeah, it's definitely still there. Right, and the very last thing, let's just do a reboot so that you can see the boot screen. Let's do that here then, since it's not letting me do it there. So there you go, that is the new boot screen, and as you'd probably expect, it has the new logo on, which I think looks pretty nice. I think that's nice. It fits in nice with the new UI. I think it's very clean. So Splitwire says, yeah, I thought there might be a more up-to-date way of doing it, so yes, there you go. This is why I recommended using classic theme tray instead of the old classic theme. Yeah, so classic theme tray, I'm not actually aware of that. I'm a bit out of date with it all. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually, Dominic. Yeah, I remember this now that you've said that. Yes, classic theme does break Task Manager, doesn't it? In modern Windows, you have to use a port of the Windows 7 version. Yes, that is right. I remember that now. So yes, I'm sure there's a way to do it. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. So if anyone's interested, then yes, by all means do that. Okay, so any last questions before I go? I'm just going to restore my snapshot here. So yeah, Elias, there you go. I broke Windows 11, and you never know, I may have been the first person ever to have broken it. Who knows? Otherwise, I'm sure it was avoidable, and I'm sure you're very annoyed now that I've done that and showed everyone that you can't do it. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure you can. Yeah, yep. So Splitwires knows more about this than I do. I'm a bit out of date with classic theme, but yes, there is a way to do it. Contact him. That's what you need to do. Yeah, and Sky says, look in the Discord server after the stream, and he posted it. So yeah, if you're not in our Discord, go to windowsonwindows.com. All the links are there, including the Discord link. Come join the server, and yeah, Splitwires already posted it, so you can see the classic theme working. I could show Discord, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll try and do that. The only problem is that, like I said, I'm using the developer beta of macOS 12, and I don't have a dock at the moment for some reason. So I've been managing to make do without it for the whole stream. But yes, I will very quickly see if I can open Discord, literally in a minute. If it doesn't work, then we'll do it another time. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, so Discord, it appears to be loading. I'm not sure though, it's being very slow. So I think the best thing to do if you want to see Classic is come to the Discord. Because I do not think it is opening. Or if it is, it's being very slow. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll send a screenshot. I'll post a comment after the stream with a screenshot in where you can go and look at this image. Because yeah, it's just going to take too long now. It's not doing anything. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you've enjoyed this stream. I know it's been quite a long one, but hopefully you've got some entertainment out of it and you've seen, hopefully, quite a lot of the new changes in Windows 11. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. If you enjoy the content, there's new videos every week. We've got a live stream every 2 weeks on a Friday, including this week actually. So this was an extra special one for Windows 11, but I'll be back this Friday with another live stream and we'll catch up on all the latest news. And look, here is Discord. And I know you can't see it properly. Okay, I may as well show you this very quickly right at the end. I know obviously if you're still here now after 2 hours, you're not going to mind waiting another second to see Classic theme. So let me just quickly show you my whole screen. Screen. Yeah, look, this is what I'm dealing with. Can you see this? There's no dock or anything. Yeah, you can. So yeah, don't install developer betas. Yep, so here we go. There's Classic theme. Thank you Splitwise for that. Looks very nice. Okay, and thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all in the next one. If I can get these windows out of the way. Yeah, look, this is a nightmare. Don't do it, guys. Yep, so see you all in the next one.